there's some people out there in the industry that they guarantee within like 3 months, of cracking the top three and all that. Is that possible? Like, or like, where do you see for the most part, like time wise?
Yeah, it's possible, but I think what happens is when you're told that, you're getting a dynamic of, oh, well, I've seen this person, we did it for them, and we could do that for you. And that's not necessarily how it works. Every area is different, right? If you have a rural area compared to New York City, the timeline is very different. So I think when you're having those discussions, any timeline should be based on what you're seeing in their area and the area that they are specifically at. And I like to give more extended timelines. I learned this a long time ago at my old company I worked for, and it was called under promise and over deliver, right? I would rather give you an extended timeline and crush it in 3 months, and I told you 6 to 12, than do the reverse, because I want to set the right expectations, and I want us to communicate freely and understanding those expectations and where we want to be. And it's another reason why I don't like guarantees. If someone's guaranteeing you something in marketing, to me, that's a red flag. I don't believe in that, because there are no guarantees. Anything can change, anything can happen. Look at SEO right now. I mean, we just had Google AI mode roll out past couple weeks. Some of you may not have seen it yet. That's rolled out. That's going to shift, right? You got ChatGPT. So there's shifts happening right now that your SEO company should be talking to you about. How can you guarantee anything at that rate? How do they know that something else doesn't come up a month from now and completely change the dynamic?
I got to ask you, man, when you're first beginning, like somebody like me, I'm 5 months up and running, and what is the best way to start off as far as marketing, as far as ads? Is it going with the Facebook ads? And, I was told that's more of playing the long game, where with the Google ads, I'm going to see a quicker return. And those are people that are actively looking. So what is the best way for somebody in my position, where to start?
Yeah, that's a great question. Your area is going to be a piece of that, right? So if you're in Los Angeles and you've got some money to spend, then it might be Google ads, right? You've seen like an Andrew Thompson and different guys have scaled that way and recommended that. If you're in a rural area and maybe you have a little bit of money to spend, but not a lot, then I would suggest Facebook, right? Maybe SEO, maybe you're set up in a way where you could do SEO and Facebook ads. That's not a one size fits all. And I think that's where it's really important to understand where you're at, understanding your market, and seeing what's happening around your market. One of the things I see happen really often in the Facebook groups is one person will say that doesn't work. And like people will take that. So it'll be like, oh, I'm in Arizona and Facebook ads don't work. And they'll just be like, Facebook ads are terrible. I spent $100 and I didn't get anything back. And then somebody in California is like, oh, well, I guess I won't run Facebook ads. Those are different markets. Those are different, totally different things. And you're going to see way different costs in some areas. So that's not a one size fit all. I wish I could just be like, yeah, start with Google ads. But you might be in a market that's only $20 a call for Google ads. Or you might be in a market that's $80 a call on Google ads. So your budget and what you're seeing as far as costs is going to depend heavily on what you do in the beginning.
That makes sense. And so what would you say is like a good, base is, kind of plant your roots, start with your organic SEO, start building that up, knowing that it's going to take, 6 to 12 months. So somebody like me should start that from day one, because you're not really paying for that. Or, if you're doing it yourself, or if you are paying someone as well, then if you were in that position, when would you start rolling out the Facebook ads and all that? Is that like something should day one start going, or is that too early? Should you wait a certain amount of time? Should you wait, let how much money you're making or business? Like, what am I looking for to make that transition?
Yeah, it's a great question. So Facebook ads, I think they come fairly cheap, right? So I would probably try and do that early on and test that out, because your risk levels are lower typically. I can start to get conversations and things happen for me pretty quickly. One of the things I worry about though is I need to know where you're at as a business owner. Okay. So because that makes a big difference. How good are you at sales? What does that look like for you? So if you're somebody with a sales background, I'd probably go a little quicker into setting up ads and doing those things. If you're somebody that doesn't have a lot of sales background, or this is your first business, I may not go that route as fast, and I may focus on my organic and my boots on the ground. I might be a marketing guy, but boots on the ground is still here, guys. Like the work that you put in boots on the ground and building these structures is important, right? The way that you operate in Facebook groups and organically on Facebook without paid ads, and the way you're building relationships and shaking hands are all extremely important. You mentioned Nextdoor earlier, right? And the posts that you put in there, the time and the effort you put there. Those are things that early on you should be doing all of those things, because that's just going to help you get on the ground running and also help you pay for marketing and have some extra dollars. So those are the dynamics that are important, but Facebook's going to be the lowest risk. Typically, Google's going to be the high risk because you're going to need more spend. And SEO is going to be an understanding of, hey, one, I need to find somebody I trust. And two, I need to be in a position where I can rightfully pay for this and not get an immediate result and still be in a good position. Because I never suggest to people like, oh, you have $1,000 in the bank, let's just go spend $1,000 on marketing. I would never do that if that were me. If that were me, then I'm hitting the ground hard, I'm building relationships, and I'm doing all the free resources to stack up cash to then set myself up for a form of marketing.
And I wanted to comment on, you said that it's to each market, each one is completely different. And I want to kind of follow up on that by giving an example what I've noticed, living both on the East Coast and West Coast. I downloaded Thumbtack, and I know on the East Coast, it's like the thing. Everybody uses it. You get a lot of jobs on it and all that. Over on the West Coast, nobody really uses it. It's like completely. So, if you listen to, somebody on the West Coast about Thumbtack and, you were living somewhere else, you'd be like, oh, you'd write it off. You'd be like, no way. But if you're living on the East Coast, they're like, bro, I'm killing it with Thumbtack. I'm getting so many jobs and all that. So yeah, it's very, the markets change a lot, and I understand exactly what you're trying to say with that. And then,
right? West Coast Yelp, East Coast, not so much.
Yes.
I got West Coast guys who love Yelp, swear by it. We don't use Yelp here in Maryland. Totally different. So all of your platforms, you have to take that into consideration. The people that you're listening to, are they in your market? What are you seeing people in your market do? You should be studying that. Are you seeing them run Facebook ads? What kind of Facebook ads are they running? Do they look like they're good ads? What are you seeing there? Are they doing Google ads? Are they doing SEO? What are these things? Are they posting in groups? What are you seeing your competition do that you think is helping them? Is there anything you can grab from that? And don't steal, don't copy and paste. But there's nothing wrong with getting ideas and being like, okay, I see that they're doing this. It looks like it's successful. I wonder if there's something that I could do similar and have my own idea to bounce off of this that would work for me.
You put your own spin, you put your own like part to it and all. And I want to also mention about like with the organic, and I'm experiencing that big time. Like Facebook, Nextdoor, I'm in all the Facebook groups and I'm posting nonstop. Now my engagement's not too crazy, but now I'm walking around the town. I'm going to different stores every day, me and my girl, and we're in Ace Hardware the other day, and I'm got a little fluff dog Chanel with it. So one of the guys that works there sees my girl and it's like, Nicole, Chanel? And she turns around, she's all like in shock, like, who the hell is this old man? Like yelling, like knows my name and everything. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. He goes, I just seen all these posts on Nextdoor with you guys, and he just starts ranting out a couple of my posts. I'm like, holy shit. So I'm not seeing much engagement, like people clicking it, but everywhere I'm going, I've got about 4 or 5 mentions of people like, yo, bro, I see you on Facebook. Like you are one funny dude. And I'm like, yo, I can't believe how many people are noticing it. And it's like, so that's like the organic. I'm starting to witness that now everywhere I go. Just had the postman come over my house. He comes to drop a package off and he sees the truck in the driveway and he's like, yo, I see you everywhere, bro. He's like, give me a card, man. He's like, I like your marketing and everything. Really cool. So, I'm getting to see all that. And now I'm just imagine, wow, if I added like Facebook ads on that, that's just going to make it even more and more extreme.
Yeah, and what you're seeing is a result of your action. And this is a very important piece of this. This is why you try to extend timelines to help people really understand longevity, because you have been posting consistently and you didn't stop because you didn't see that engagement. You kept going, right? Yep. Some of your biggest fans aren't saying anything to you.
Yeah.
Like they're not liking, they're not commenting, and you might not think they're seeing it and they're seeing it.
See,
so
I know this, bro, because I just did this in the arm wrestling industry. And, I noticed from looking back now at the beginning, you get known. When you're getting known, they're watching, but they're not commenting and they're not liking. as the time goes and they meet you in person, all now that person is going to start commenting, and now you start realizing the whole time they're watching everything you do. It's just now they feel comfortable, and now they're going to start commenting. So I'm seeing that transition right now where I'm getting to known in the community everywhere I go. They're not commenting on the post yet, but as I meet them now, the next day, that guy from Ace Hardware is now commenting on there, liking all my pictures and all that, and I'm like, wow, okay, the process is starting now, and I'm starting to really see it, and I'm loving it. But